Hey guys, welcome back. I've been away for a little while working for a living and stuff, but back in the shop now. Got a few things going on here. Hope everybody's doing well in these strange times we're living in. But you know, you gotta do something to pass time, right? So can't just sit around the house all day, all night. You go crazy. So get out in the shop and do something. Get out in your garage, get out in the yard. You know, you gotta do something. So this is what I'm doing. I was working on a job, been gone for about a month. I'm a millwright. I work on turbines and generators at powerhouses. And I've been up in Pennsylvania working and helping them people so they have electricity. You see me squat once in a while. I got mosquitoes down here. Got some bug spray. It also makes a good hand sanitizer. So, and it keeps mosquitoes from biting me. Let's see. Today, see that motor back there behind me? Let me get y'all in a little closer to show you. Alright, this little motor right here is a 1776. Give you a little history on it. It was in that yellow Baja when I bought it. Oh, probably 4 or 5 years ago. And it run real good. Little bug run good. I got a real good price on it. They had a broke tranny mount. And I bought that back for where I built the shop. So it sat out in the weather, needless to say. It had dual caterings on it, and the rain would roll down the back of the bug and right into the carburetors. Now, I was unaware of that. It had the little cowling over it, but still somehow the rain got in there, got into the engine, messed it up pretty bad. One of the throttle bodies on one of the carburetors actually froze and busted the butterfly in it. And when I went to drain the oil out of it, it was mostly water. At that point, I decided to tear into it and rebuild it. And I've been working on it. It's been about a year, I guess, since I started it. And with work and all, I don't get to play with it as much as I'd like. But since I got time now, I'm gonna start working on it again. And I made a mistake. Pretty bad mistake. And I'll show you here what I mean. I forgot to clearance my oil pump when I was assembling this. I don't know if y'all can see that. See them bolts right there? Them bolts right there are button head type bolts. And after I got it assembled and my oil pump would go in all the way, I took one of them out and shaved down the head of it, stuck it back in, rotated the motor, pulled another one out, shaved it down, stuck it back in, and with all three of them. Then I put some Loctite on them, run them in, and went to torque them, 18 foot-pounds. There wasn't enough meat there for the little Allen socket to grab a hold of, and I didn't go to full torque. I believe they torqued like 18 foot-pounds, and I don't know, I'm just guessing there's probably 10 or 12 foot-pounds on them. And yeah, that's what happened. And I've been trying and thinking about how to get these things out of there without tearing this engine back apart. And I've had a couple ideas, maybe cutting a slot across here and getting an impact screwdriver in there. But you know, you'd have to put some tape all around in here to keep it from the shavings from falling down in the engine. Or you can do what I've decided to do, and I'm just going to tear it back apart. It's not something that's enjoyable. I really don't want to do it, but that's where I'm at. That's what I'm going to do, because I've been a millwright for 20 years, and that's what we do. If something ain't right, you fix it. And I've even contemplated on just, you know, letting it go. You know, I got Loctite on them, but that ain't the right way to do it. And if it failed, you know, I would know why, because I was a dumbass and didn't take the time to tear it back apart. So I'm not gonna film the whole process of taking it apart. I'm kind of slow, and I'll have to scramble around to find my tools and stuff to get it apart. But I've got some cardboard laid out back here on my bench to lay everything out on. And when I get it all tore down, I'll bring y'all back in, and I'll show you what we do to fix it, and maybe I'll film some of the reassembly. So with that being said, I'm going to turn y'all off, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Alright guys, thought I'd give y'all a little update here. I've got the cylinders and heads off over here. Got them laid out in their respective areas the way they go back on. A little note that I'll give you whenever you're pulling one of these apart: on your heads, loosen these bolts off slowly, the same way you torque them. Alternate back and forth a little bit at a time so it don't warp your head. I made this video a minute ago, but I don't think I had the microphone plugged in, so I'm doing it over. The flywheel, had a little trouble getting it off because my impact down there, this one, it took a dump on me, quit working. It's you plug it in and it just runs constantly, and there's no trigger action, and it's probably just got dirt in it. I'll probably take that apart here later on, see if we can't figure out what's wrong with it. But I got it off. I'm not going to tell you how, but I got it off. Yeah, I'll tell you. I went down and bought a new impact. Check this little guy out. It's Harbor Freight. Yeah, I know. Cheap Chinese junk, right? But it did the job. That little guy right there is supposed to have 700 foot-pounds of torque. Nothing to it, but it worked. I just want to show you this this oil sump that I put on here. I've already got the bolts out of it. You can see there, it's got a little filter in it. Sits on a little spring that holds pressure against it. There's a little adapter in here that goes from your old pickup tube to this filter here. Then there's a little rubber boot in there that slides over to make the good seal. Let me see if I can get this off here with one hand. Nope. Put you all right here for a second. There. Yeah, it's empty, but it's a pretty cool design. It adds an extra quart of oil to your sump there, and I also run full flow. Put a little adapter in right here at 90s out, and you run a hose from that to a standard oil filter. Then it runs back into your oil pump right there. Gives you more oil flow and holds extra oil. These little engines are air cooled, but they're also oil cooled. So the more oil you get going through them, the cooler they run. Now, with that being said, you don't want them to run too cool, so you need to run a thermostat also. And the thermostat controls how much airflow goes over your cylinders. This engine didn't have a thermostat on it. I'm going to try to find one for it if I can. If not, I may just run it the way it is and see how it works out. But that's where I'm at, guys. Slowly moving ahead. This really sucks, having to tear this engine back apart because I made a mistake, but that's what you do. You gotta fix it. And I haven't been boring you with all the nuts and bolts part of it. This video will probably be long anyway without all that extra stuff in there. So I'll get back with y'all in a little while. Thanks. Okay guys, brought you back in here. Got the cases split apart. Play the focus here a little bit. There's the other side. Coming apart real easy. Got camshaft and a vise over here. Tell y'all my thought process here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take this little die grinder. I'm going to cut me some slots across these bolts right here, and then I'll hit them with an impact driver. It's an old hammer impact driver. Tip's not real wide on it, but I think if I'm lucky, I'll have enough meat there to knock these out. So that's my thought process. Let me see here. I can set this camera up. Might show y'all a little bit of this. Don't know if y'all can see any of this or not, so we'll try it and see what happens. I'll probably get right in your way. That's what I usually do. Try that right there. Let me put on some safety glasses. All right. Yep, getting in your way. Well, I'm recording, so Cousin Steve's here. Come by to help me out. I didn't do too good a job on that one. Good job on that one either. You can see I just cut a slot across those. Get her to focus. We're going to hit them with the impact there and see what we can get. Stick it all back in the stand. Okay, what do I do for driver? Turning. What's about?
Never mind. I thought that lobe was hitting right there. It's pretty close. It's tweaked that way.
Just moving a little bit down there too.
It's turning though, huh?
Yeah, it's turning.
All right.
Yeah. Good news. Good news. Loctite holds them, you know what?
The third thing must have been tighter than what we thought.
It is turning, but it's turning slow. Big screwdriver. Just had it a minute ago.
Set it over there at the black and yellow handle.
No, it's not a big one. Here it is right there. No, it ain't ready. It ain't ready yet. It's turning, but it's just...
Yeah, you need to readjust it. Looks like it got low sitting on the handle again.
I didn't touch it.
Go ahead and touch it.
Hitting on that side of it, it wants to
Yeah.
go this way. I hope I don't break the cam.
Yeah.
Because that's the weakest point on the cam right there, where that disc is on it.
Yeah.
She's going. There's a bear. All right, guys, you get the idea. I'll bring you back in a little bit. We'll get this off there. All right, we had success. Got it off. Come over here. See where I slotted them. Used the old impact driver, got them out. I've got some new bolts right here. These are the hex head bolts instead of the button top bolts like I used. I'll still have to grind these down, but I should have enough on there to get a torque wrench and get my proper torque. And I'll have to put all this back together in the engine and clearance it for my oil pump. I don't have it out yet, but stick my oil pump right in here. We'll do that in another segment here. Just letting y'all know I had success in getting that apart and didn't have to drill them, and that's all good.